So the objective of this MuleSoft is, so you can, let's start step by step. So MuleSoft provide a training material with this link. So you may go this link and see the details of what MuleSoft provided as a training. So this is training and a certification page where they provided the classes of all the fields like developer, IT operation, SI partners, architects, manager, and admin. So for this session, we'll cover developer part as more because we are in learning phase. So we need to start from developer's perspective. So in my training account, you can see that I have registered one training, which is MuleSoft U Development Fundamentals, which is freely available, and it's a self-paced course that we can go any module anytime. And they also provided feature that we can go and do our exercise, and they also provided some pre-built demos that we can build ourselves and just compare those with the they provided that one. So in this course we'll know to understand build of application network using API led connectivity and any point platform. We'll go deeper each and every module. Let's discuss the what's the course content. So use any point platform to discover, consume, design, build, deploy, manage, and govern APIs. Then it's also connecting to database, files, web service, SaaS application like Salesforce, JMSQ, and more. Then they also added application logic, error handler, then transform data using data view, then structure applications to facilitate development and deployment. So let's go to first point, which is application network. So application network is a network where applications and data is exposed as a APIs. So API-led connectivity comes into picture. The biggest challenge IT has right now, IT is not going fast enough. That means that everyone needs to their application on cloud, mobile apps, and all. So the biggest problem we are facing right now is that we are not capable to go fast as IT is growing. So we need to build a application network where we can deploy our applications and artifacts over there, and that artifacts needs to be reusable. That means the reusability APIs should be created at application network. So let's give an example of we are migrating like a database into Salesforce. Then we need to create two connections between database and Salesforce. In traditional project approach, what we are doing, we are connecting those database with tightly coupled one. So that means that we are not reusable that components. So it's a biggest challenge to overcome this problem is we can create application network and we can create API layer. So that API layer can access to any layers that will go in detail in that API layer which are they. So I just covered this part. This IT delivery capacity is here, and demand of IT, like everyone wants to go on cloud, SaaS applications, then mobile, digital computation. Then this is the new operating model that enablement and assets will create reusable components and which can be used in any project that we are covering in next phase. So this is the common project-based approach that order data is in e-commerce system, inventory data in SAP, and custom data in SAP and Salesforce. So this is the traditional approach that we are following till now. That means we'll connect it to each application with point-to-point integration. So the common
I
project.
think, Manish, that's
Yeah.
key. You mentioned there that, yeah, the approach that we have taken
Mm-hmm.
or organizations have taken in the past, they do have some middleware.
Yeah.
They do have some level of integration and connectivity. Most of the organizations, because
Mm-hmm.
they have silos of application like SAP and custom build, custom grown application, and then the SaaS world like Salesforce and others.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this particular slide demonstrate how this connectivity was done or is being done with the middleware or without a middleware. It's point to point, right?
Yeah, it's point to point.
If you need a connectivity from one system to the other, you build an integration,
Mm-hmm.
source, target, and your data is communicating. So this slide again shows exactly that scenario here, that SAP is connected with Salesforce,
Mm-hmm.
integrating customer data, and the same for an e-cart or an e-store. You have order and order history, all of that connecting together. So it's all point to point.
Yeah.
But in this application network, which is more of an API-led or
Mm-hmm.
API-driven framework,
Mm-hmm.
which is available in other products as well, is what is important here to highlight, and to the team. I'm speaking to the team mostly, is to identify that the point-to-point integration may solve your pain point and would synchronize data between those, which is what we've been doing in the past. Even as an integration company, we've been doing that. But organizations are not getting the reusability out of it, and a better architecture, which is what Mule and other products are now positioning, saying that, hey, when you want to expose data, use and leverage the API layer so that the reusability of those components are much higher than a point-to-point integration, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So continue. So that should, that you will see that thread running throughout the sessions, I believe, the
Yes.
thread of why we should go in a more API-driven approach, even while you're building integrations, because of reusability, because of separation of function, and anything that we build as an asset in a way that we can expose, and then you build the orchestration on top of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Could you go back? I think there is one more. So if you see here, a common project-based approach, on time, within budget, limited opportunity of reuse. See that?
yeah.
Tight company, which means that you're doing point to point. Difficult to govern because it is not an API anymore. It's a point to point integration. So overall governance and management would definitely become easier. Does it meet business requirement? Yeah, it may meet business requirement for the time being. Why is there a question mark? On a longer run, because of the limitation that this point to point integration has, we are not, the organization is not fully benefiting out of it as a more modular and a function separated entity. Yep, continue.
Yeah. So let's
Now,
say.
I may chime in like this in once in a while. I'll try not to, but I
Mhm.
thought it's important that we set that
Okay.
perspective.
Okay. So our first project scope has been covered with this approach, but what if 6 months later they have a requirement like we need to get mobile APIs. So this whole rework should be done. So this is the scenario like we have built web app or API, which is completing our scope, but we need our mobile API that we need to rework all the operations that we have previously built. So to overcome this challenge,